This lesson is about writing a body paragraph for a persuasive essay. The parts of a body paragraph in a persuasive essay are the same as those of an informational essay. Each body paragraph is going to need a topic sentence, some supporting sentences, and typically each body paragraph will also have a closing sentence. Let's take a look at each one of these in turn. We'll start with the topic sentence. In academic writing, the topic sentence is often the first sentence in each body paragraph. This would be true in a persuasive essay as well. Often it's the first sentence. However, if the first sentence of your body paragraph presents an opposition argument, in other words, a reason for the other side, then typically your topic sentence would be the second sentence of the paragraph, the sentence that refutes or explains why the opposition is wrong. The purpose of your topic sentence, regardless of whether it shows up in the first or second sentence of your paragraph, is to introduce the main idea of the paragraph. And remember, in a persuasive essay, the main idea of each body paragraph is one of your reasons in support of your thesis. So, for instance, if you were writing a paper about why the death penalty should not exist, and you had a thesis, something along the lines of the death penalty should not be part of the United States judicial system, you might have either of the following topic sentences in your body of your paper. You might have a topic sentence that says the death penalty is unconstitutional. Or you might have a topic sentence that says the death penalty results in the death of innocent people. Both of these are reasons why the death penalty should not be allowed, and therefore these topic sentences support the overall thesis of the paper. After the topic sentence comes the supporting sentences. The purpose of the supporting sentences is to give more information about the main idea or reason presented in the paragraph. In other words, more information why that you're making the argument you're making. There are two types of supporting sentences in a persuasive essay. One is the sentence in which you actually present your research. This is where you provide factual details, statistics, expert quotes, true anecdotes, anything you found while doing your research. The other type of supporting sentence provides connections. This is where you add your own thinking. You interpret or explain what's presented in the research that you're sharing. And you tell how your research relates to and supports your thesis sentence. Here are some examples of research sentences. Killing a criminal is a violation of the 8th Amendment, which prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. That would come in the paragraph about why the death penalty is unconstitutional. Here's another more specific bit of research. In the past 10 years, 21 innocents have been released from death row. This would be presented in the paragraph giving evidence that the death penalty kills innocent people. Obviously, both of these research-based sentences would need citations, and we'll talk about how to work those in at a later date. What's important while you're drafting your body paragraphs is simply that you note in some way, maybe with an asterisk, as I have in my examples here, that this sentence is going to need a citation, and that will remind you to come back and add it. Once you've provided your topic sentence, which states your overall reason in the body paragraph that's supporting your thesis, and then you've given your support by sharing your research and explaining it in your connecting sentences, you may or may not have a closing sentence to wrap up each body paragraph. As with the informational essay, if you use the same type of closing sentence at the end of each body paragraph, it can make your paper sound choppy. If you do use a closing sentence, though, often in a persuasive essay, that sentence connects back to the overall thesis of the paper, which is presented in the introduction. For example, there could be a closing sentence that says, "The number of innocent people killed by the death penalty is one reason it is an unacceptable part of the U.S. judicial system." This lets the reader know that the research and idea you just presented, in this case it would have been that innocent people are sometimes put to death, that's one reason why your thesis about ending the death penalty is true. Sometimes a closing sentence of a body paragraph also simply sums up the paragraph it is closing. For example, in a paragraph that covers the same reason as above, we could say simply, clearly killing innocents is not the answer to crime in this country. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. I'm not going to read them to you. You should pause the video and read them on your own as you get to them. But notice in each there's a topic sentence which gives a reason. That's in red. There is some research. In this particular example, only one piece. You should have at least two in each of your body paragraphs. But notice the specific research there in green. There are a lot of connecting sentences, right? Presented here in black. You want to include sufficient research to support your opinion, but you also need to use plenty of your own words explaining and making the connections about how that research supports your thesis. And then there is, in fact, a concluding sentence presented here in blue. This first paragraph is from an essay arguing that year-round school would be a bad idea. The reason given is because keeping school open would cost a lot of money. Take a minute, pause the video, and really look at the structure of this paragraph. When you're ready, move on to the next example. Here's another example, this one from an essay arguing that junk food should not be sold in public school lunches. One of the reasons why is because junk food contributes to childhood obesity. You can see that this reason is presented in the topic sentence of this body paragraph, noted in red. This paragraph then goes on to present two pieces of specific research in support of this point. Those are shown in green, along with, again, plenty of connecting and explaining sentences. And then it closes with a concluding sentence in blue. Pause the video while you read and study the structure of this paragraph. When you're ready, go ahead and move on. So to review, body paragraphs in persuasive essays begin with topic sentences. This may be the first sentence, or if you present an opposition argument in the first sentence, then your topic sentence will be second. You'll present your reason why your thesis is true as the second sentence. But either way, it is still your topic sentence. This topic sentence presents one reason in support of your thesis. Additional reasons come in additional body paragraphs. The body paragraphs then continue with supporting sentences. Some of those supporting sentences present your research. Some of those supporting sentences are connecting or explaining sentences, which are where you tell why your research makes sense in that paragraph or how your research presents your case and makes a good argument for your thesis. And then the body paragraphs may or may not end with concluding sentences.